Hello, welcome. We're here with the Revere football team. You've got a lot of experienced players coming back. Almost all of your skilled positions are filled by seniors. We have two of them with us today. We have Joe Magoline and Jared Wright. And Mike Murphey, do you want to tell us a little bit about your thoughts on this year's team compared to last year?
I'd love to. This is the start of my second year taking over the program and have a really talented senior class to be. We fundamentally made a lot of changes for how we do things on both sides of the ball. And at times there's growing pains with that. And I think we suffered through a lot of that stuff last year. And our kids are very, very excited to kind of hit the ground running as soon as we start the season, August 29th.
Okay. Now you said the things that you need to work on the most are your offensive and defensive lines. What steps have you taken this year to try to reinforce those areas?
Well, I think you always worry about, you never want to overcomplicate something. And I think that's one of the things that we try to do on both sides of the ball is make sure it's easy stuff, technique-wise, that kids can understand and can execute over and over and over again. It doesn't mean it's always 100% perfect, but it does mean that 95% of the stuff that we see, I think, fundamentally with basic techniques we can take care of. And that's a big part of what we've really tried to do up front. And we're looking for a big push in being able to stop the run defensively and run the ball offensively to control more of the game.
Okay. Now you guys it seemed like you started to gel at the end of last season. You got two big wins against Copley and Cloverleaf. Did you guys feel like you started to gel towards the end of the season?
Oh yeah, I think over the course of the end of the season, the junior class really started to step up a little bit more than they had been in the past, and the senior class started to realize a little bit this is like their last go about it, and everyone just kind of we hadn't had I think we lost 6 straight games or something like that, and we brought everything from that, and we just let everything go and came in and we decided that we were going to go put our all out there for the last 2 games. And we won both of them. So, I mean, you can't go out any better than that.
Yeah. I thought that we did a lot better because by that time this season we had learned all the plays and we had them down pat. Knew what we were doing a little bit more than in the beginning of the season. Finally got it down. We put it to work.
What are the feelings among your teammates right now, with this team? Is it stronger than you guys were a year ago?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I would definitely say that we're more unified together. We only had the system for maybe 3 months and going into last season, but now we've been practicing through it and over summer and even in spring we've run through all of our plays. We know all the formations. Everything now is just going to be gravy pretty much. Okay. Everything we have to learn.
Now, Mike, what would you say that this team needs to do in order to be able to make it to the next level and really be a true contender?
I think it's hard playing in the league that we play in. Being next year, any given day on attendance, being the smallest school in it, it's hard not to look at always the person across the field from you when we play. And we've got to pay close attention to competing against ourselves. And knowing that if we play the best that we can on each and every play, no doubt in my mind we can go 10-0. And the difference is how do we handle adversity and then how do we continue to ourselves get better. And that's really, I think, the charge with these guys. It's not about necessarily beating a team at the beginning of the year or the end of the year. It's much more about how do we handle that adversity and how do we take those steps to always measure our goals against ourselves to make sure that we're always improving.
Obviously, you got to measure your goals against yourself. But when you look at the Suburban League, who are some of the toughest teams that you consider to be those guys that you really need to beat?
I think they all are. I think they're all pretty tough. But it really starts off. Our first Suburban League games. At home, our homecoming is against Wadsworth. Those teams are always loaded. And they always have great people at every single position. And I'd like to think that we are able to, be at that place now as a program.
Okay. I know you guys consider Copley to be one of your big rivals. Is that really the case? Has that been the case for a long time, would you say?
At the high school level, I'd say, yeah, definitely Copley. Every year the high school always gets, the whole school district gets riled up against Copley. I mean, for our grade individually, we've always wanted to challenge Highland. I know they went really far last year, and I think that's the only team in the Suburban League I've never beaten. So. Okay. That would be the team I would be going after Copley.
All right. And how have you guys seen this team evolve over your time, with it, being involved with it? Has it had kind of its peaks and valleys, or has it been a steady increase in talent level and confidence level.
I feel as though steadily getting better. These past few years, people have developed more skill, been able to catch the ball, run faster, and stuff like that.
Okay, great. Well, that's all we have for Revere football right now. Remember, throughout the season, to continue to follow us on cleveland.com and look for all of the high school sports coverage you could ask for. And remember to tweet @NEOVarsity. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right.